Hi guys, so we got an update on this child mother left by husband. Um, it's just you don't want to miss it because I have to do this update also for my viewer because we have new revelation. Now they have contacted the husband and then we find out what he was saying. So before I do the update, I just want to kind of refresh the viewer the story of this child mother. She was she was hooked up to the husband when she was, I believe she was 12, because she said she become a mother at 13 years old. So she was 12 and now she's 17 years old and the husband is 25. So there's a gap of 8 years. So if she was, she, I mean, seems like she was 12 when they were being arranged, as a like a husband and wife. The husband at that time was 20 years old. All right, just kind of to refresh because they have 8 years age difference. So when they, she got pregnant with the first baby. Now the mother, the child mother is now 17 years old, and I believe the firstborn, the girl was, I mean, like two and a half or something, around that, and then the baby's 4 month old at that, right now. So when they first interview her, this is what the story was telling, the viewer. The husband left because he just get tired of feeding them, or just have run out of like option, how to to raise the family. Um, so he decided he just left and went back to his family, to went back to his mother in a different town. So now this, now 17 years old girl, have nobody to help her, and she have to take care of the two baby. The only way, her work is, making a child call. This is previously the job of her husband. So then, after that, on the first video, Paul is the, he's the leader of the, the channel. It's called Pugong Viajero. Like I said, I don't quite understand what's that mean, Pugong, but Viajero, that means it's a traveler. So on the first episode, Paul, after the interview, gave her some medication because she was sick at that time. She was coughing, and I think she might have a slight fever and also, yeah, basically coughing. And then Paul gave her some medication and also 10,000 peso. So that's a lot of money. And then Paul also kind of warned her, said, "Oh, this is just for you, okay?" Because Paul was worried that the husband might see the video, because it's a big channel. They got millions of viewers. They cater only through the Filipinos because they speak Tagalog, and also a different dialect. It's one of the dialect that I don't understand. Good things is Paul is, he speak Tagalog, so he has another guy translating, whatever dialect they were speaking. The location was in Davao, so maybe something with like Mindanao dialect that I'm not quite familiar. Anyway, so Paul kind of tried to tell Jamaica, the child mother, this is 10,000 is for you. It's a help for you and the baby, not for your husband. He just want to make it clear because he was afraid that the husband might see it, and then all of a sudden want to come back. So we cannot, in the Philippines, you cannot know that, scenario may, that might happen. So on the second visit, Paul went back to check on her because Paul said, this 10,000, you have to go see a doctor because you're sick. And then that at that time, they Paul find out that the child mother, her name is Jamaica, has anemia. That's the she have anemia and also have coughing. So, but she says she at that time she was feeling better, much better, and then at the same time, and then she also dropped another bomb. She was saying that yeah, did the husband did contact her, and then the husband tell her that he wants to come back. He wants to have a reunion again. He wants to come back to the family, and at the same time warn her, if you don't take me back, I'm gonna kill you. And not only that, I'm gonna kill you, or you can pay me off. You can pay me off with 30 horses. And at that time, I was like wondering. I mean, this poor, girl has no money, and still have two kids to feed, and then you want to ask 30 horses where she's gonna get it. It's kind of ridiculous, but that's that's this the second episode. That's what I was watching, and then they spoke to Jamaica mother, and when I saw the mother reaction, my impression was she seems like she's so tired. She's just tired of being poor. I mean, it'll get to you, after a while, being poor. You have to struggle, just put food on the table. So, the mother seems to be, as we can see in the photo, that the mother carrying the eldest child. So the mother was just like trying to confirm what Jamaica was saying to Paul, that confirming that the husband want to come back, and then at the same time, if they threaten to, they're gonna put her in the barangay as like a blotter. If they're gonna report her for not taking him back. And then on that, before the end of the second episode, Paul gave her another big chunk of cash, like 25,000 peso, to really get it going, to really help her. At the same time, she also have mentioned that to Paul and the viewer that she is an eighth grader, and then she would like to pursue her study. I believe she wants to be a teacher. So she seems to be a smart girl. So anyway, that's ended now finally, and then Paul was able to, because the husband I think tried to reach out to Paul, to give her side of story, and then they did on the third episode. Paul went to meet with the husband. His name is Reden Abing. He was 25 right now on this screenshot right here, speaking with Paul. And then he was saying that, he have seen the video, but the story was not true. He said he did not left Jamaica. The reason he left because one of Jamaica relatives coming home, and they want to kind of celebrate, with the chicken. So he has to go back home to get a chicken from one of the relatives, and that I can concur. That is true in province life. Sometimes you have to travel a distance to get chicken, because you're poor. You have no money. But then when you find out that your relatives or or friends has chicken that you can you can ask for, why not? So that's the reason he went away, is to get the chicken. That's according to Paul. And then he was saying that he did not left Jamaica, but at the same time when he left to get the chicken, he is also working for somebody else in another town. All right. So and then what else? And then he also denied that he would try to kill his wife. And what else is he said? That's not true. And then those 30 horses were not true. And it was shocking to Paul. Now it's get complicated now. Who's telling the truth now? So, on this third episode, we don't know who's telling the truth because, as we know, there's always three sides to a story, right? There's always three sides, as we have seen with Brock expat John, and Diana's story. I always like to have a three sides of story. Is of course the wife side, the husband side, and the truth, right? There's always three sides. So that's the end of the third episode. And then on this particular video, Paul said to the husband, "Say, all right, why don't we, why don't you come with us now, and then we can maybe, have you reunited with your wife." And the husband said, "Oh, maybe we can do it tomorrow for whatever reason." He said tomorrow, and then we'll meet somewhere with Paul. So that's how he ended. And then the fourth one that when Paul went to visit Jamaica to see how is it going now with husband, and Paul was just want to make sure that the husband came back home, and Jamaica said yes. The husband came back home, yesterday, and then Jamaica said, I have a confession to tell you." And Paul said, "What is it?" Jamaica said that she just make up the story. So the whole thing, Jamaica just told Paul she make up the story. And it was quite shocking to Paul, and of course to me also. But I'm trying to analyze it. Who's telling the truth now? And then Paul said, "Why did you tell a story? Why did you tell us your husband left you if in reality he just went to get the chicken or working in another town?" And Jamaica said because at that time, she was depressed, and she doesn't know what to do, and she was sick, and so for whatever, she doesn't she doesn't know, she just tell the story. She came up with the story, about the husband leaving her. Uh, that's all she can say to Paul. And because of poverty, they have, as at that time, on the first episode, Paul was showing the viewer also they have nothing to eat. He opened the pot. There's no rice in it. There's no rice in it. So you can see that they're kind of struggling, just to put food on the stomach. And she also tell us the story that when sometime she go to school without eating. It's a typical province life of the poor farmers. So now it's get complicated now. I don't know how to make it, but I'm trying to do my analyze here. And what I have seen, the reaction of Paul, he's a good guy. He's a very good guy. He was not very judgmental. He tried to calm her. He said, "You know what? I can understand your situation because like you were saying, you were sick at that time, and for some reason you just came up with the story, and I understand your situation. You guys are very poor. You guys are struggling, and you have two kids, small children." So I can understand your situation, but telling a story is not good. He's trying to be a big brother, because just remember, she's still a child. She's still 17 right now. She's still at 17 years old. So it's a very non-judgmental, and then at the same time, try to lecture her, teach her to be honest, not to not to lie about it, But and then moment later, Paul bring the husband, as you can see from the photo, and again, he's just trying to tell, say, hopefully, the two of them can can be reunited. And at the same time, Paul also asked the husband, so you going back to that province to work, and the husband said no, because it's not paying him enough money for him to stay. So he already left the job anyway. He decided that he wants to come back home and just continue with doing his previous work as the he's making charcoal in his area. So I don't know. So whose side to believe right now? Do you believe Jamaica? Do you believe the husband, or who? What's the truth? So here's my analysis here. This is just my analysis. I'm watching both both sides tell the story. I still think that Jamaica is probably I telling the truth. I don't know how can you come up. She's 17 years old. How can she came up with that story that the husband left her, and then and just because he's too tired of finding food for them, something like I just cannot figure out that the 17 years old would came up with such a kind of a story like that, and also with the story of killing her, and then if she doesn't take him back, and also she have to pay him 30 horses. I don't know how can she all of a sudden came up with this kind of story. Maybe this is just my opinion. Maybe the husband have talked to her. Remember, there's a eight years different age gap here. The husband is 25 and she's still a child at 17. Maybe the husband said, "Hey, you need to clear my name because it's not good. I don't want to look so bad here." And then so maybe that's forced her to say that she was just lying. She was just telling a story. This is just my humble opinion. So I could be wrong also. Maybe the husband was telling the truth, but the thing is when Paul was said, "Let's go now," and he said, "No, maybe tomorrow." He has like a some reason. And then, as we say, he could not look at Paul when he was talking. But then again, it's the same thing with Jamaica. When Paul was interviewing Jamaica, Jamaica could not look at him. We all say that if somebody cannot look you in the eyes, then we know that they're not telling the truth. But in Philippines, especially when you're talking to the province people, sometimes they can be very shy. They can be shy. But I really, right now, I don't know. Maybe they're both not telling the truth. So it's just the way it is in the Philippines. Sometimes you feel sorry, and then especially sometimes I feel bad for when you're watching this type of channel. And then if you're a foreigner, especially you're in US, UK, or Australia, we fall in right away. People are it's different. When we heard like this, everybody wanna say, how can we help? This is just a human initial response. And then sometimes I said that Filipino, they are resilient, and they are accustomed. Especially if you're in the province, they are accustomed. It's so hard for Westerner to watch, but Filipino, they are survival. They are survival. They can survive the hardest situation. They can survive. So it's up to you. I mean, but This channel is a pretty good channel, though. If they find out something is not right, they will alert the viewer. The viewer, most of their viewer are Filipino, are OFW or Filipino that are living in another country. A lot of their donors coming from, from U.S., living in U.S. or even in I assuming from people from OFW working in in Middle East, So I don't know. So that's the update here. I just thought that should also alert my viewer of this situation. Um yeah, this it's just hard to and that's why I keep saying that we should do more research, or um, before you send help. Sometimes you have to do more research. I have seen so many like Tintin, Tintin channel. It's just sometimes you watch it, it just doesn't make sense at all. They keep showing this single mother who would have 5 children, 8 children, and where are the husband? The husband might be just right there, because they know that you're coming, the blogger that you're coming, you're making a story. They just tell the man to go somewhere. So viewer will fall for this type of situation, or if maybe sometimes the blogger was just being dishonest also. But here, this one right here, I think they are very very transparent with what they're doing, and they're also very transparent with their viewer. So anyway, I'm going to put the link down below, and you can watch it. And of course, if you're a foreigner, you cannot understand. I'm from the Philippines. I did not understand the dialect, let alone the foreigner. But if maybe you have a girlfriend or a wife that speak the dialect, they can translate it to you. Thank you all for watching. Let me know your thought on this video. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.